Ho, 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 ho. Oh, folks, have I got a story for you? Let me jump on up here. But boy, this is going to be a good one. Hold on, let me get my microphone. I got my microphone right over here. Let me make sure that I have the right microphone on. Let's see, camera, audio. Oh, I don't think microphone. No, I don't think I do. Hold on a second, and I'm going to ask Molly just to let me know that I'm in the right. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm. Oh, hold on, everybody. Let me get that switched over. All right, that should do it. Let's see if that worked. Oh, yeah, default. Okay. All right. Test. That sounds good. Molly she can't give me a thumbs up. Sounds good. Good. Thanks, Malls. Okay. All right. So if we all remember last week, and I told you the story about the two Irishmen that walk into a bar and come out with by changing real estate contract law in Massachusetts. This was a 1995 case with McCarthy v. Tobin and Domenico. Now, I told you about the case. I'm going to run through the fact pattern again right now, just so you can all kind of remember. So Tobin wanted to buy this place for $520,000, and Tobin was going to sell it to him. And so McCarthy's lawyer and Tobin's lawyer were talking, trying to complete the purchase and sale agreement. The OTP, the offer to purchase, was completed, and in the offer to purchase, it said that the seller was supposed to provide the purchase and sale agreement before a certain date. And the date came and went, but they all had agreed that everything was going to be approved. And they waited to get the contract for Monday. And during the weekend, the broker said, hey, purchase and sale hasn't been closed yet. I got another person here, Domenico, who is willing to pay $50,000 more for this property. So what do you think the broker did? Tobin, they accepted that purchase and sale agreement, and McCarthy wasn't very happy about it because he said, no, I'm buying that property for $520,000. And Tobin said, sorry, you're out of luck. Boom. And at the end of the day, 5 years later, McCarthy won. And the issue was this a valid contract? Did the offer to purchase bind both properties, and were the requirements in the offer to purchase of having a condition subsequent, which is the completion of a purchase and sale agreement, was that just added fluff to the contract that had already been made? Folks, in Massachusetts, you had the offer to purchase, and then you had the purchase and sale contract. That's how everybody did it. And all of a sudden comes McCarthy, and he goes, no, that offer to purchase, that was my offer. She accepted. I've got a binding agreement here. And it went to court went through 5 years. And it turned out that McCarthy was right. That was a binding contract. And now he got the house. So if you remember last week when I was talking about this, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a little more research on this case and see if I can track down the lawyer that argued the case on behalf of McCarthy and get his side of the story. So after we hung up, I pulled up the case, went back into the previous court's judgments, and found the name of the lawyer who represented McCarthy. Turns out I know him. We've had dinner together. And he lives in Braintree, works out of Braintree, Massachusetts. His name is Brad Pinta. So I pick up the phone and I call him. And folks, that's why we have this particular call today, because I want to give you the tea on this story. And it's good. So let's go. Here we go. So what happened is McCarthy was buying this condo for $522,000 in Rose Wharf in Boston. Now, if you know Boston, you know Rose Wharf. It's schwanky, very schwanky. Well, McCarthy had a lot of money. McCarthy also had a girlfriend, and that's who this condo was going to be for. He eventually married her, and they lived happily ever after. Not very long after he passed away, but he went down to Rose Wharf to buy this thing. So he buys it $522,000. Brad Pinta is working with the seller's attorney, and Brad Pinta's like, hey, get me the contract. Get me the contract. We want to get this thing bound. Yep, I'll get it to you. The seller's attorney dragged their feet. It wasn't Brad Pinta and it wasn't McCarthy. So they could not perform under the terms of the agreement. It was entirely one-sided that they couldn't perform. So they get this, they all of a sudden, Domenico, who according to Brad was some New York actor or actress, and they came in and said, we'll buy it. We will buy it. Now, okay, maybe Brad's memory is not great. Maybe he didn't get all the right facts, but I did a deep dive in this, and Julianne and Robert Domenico, and I could not find them anywhere on, IMDb. I found Julianne Domenico, who had resided in Beverly Hills, and she had a trademark on some clothing line. That's the best I could do in tracking down this person. But here's the thing. They walked in, and I said to Brad, Brad, they bought it. Didn't you file a lis pendens? How did the title insurance look at this? And he goes, Charlie, great questions. He goes, of course I filed a lis pendens. I clouded the title. I said, so how'd she get title insurance? He says, and this is what I suspected last week. He said, she didn't. She paid cash. She said, I own it now. I'll take a chance. I'm just, I was told that this is my property now. So the case goes through the court system. And let me tell you something. She paid $572,000. She paid an extra $50,000 on this property. And all of a sudden, and now the thing is that it's not like she's sitting back watching. She becomes a party as a defendant in this, because now this guy's not giving up. He's going to sue her. And she's like, whoa, wait a minute here. Listen, I got to get on this case. And so if you look at it, it was McCarthy v. Tobin and Domenico. It goes up to the Supreme Judicial Court. The Supreme Judicial Court took it from the lower courts. They didn't even have to file for this. The court came right in. SJC came right in and took it because this was an issue. This was a what we call a case of first impression, and so they wanted to decide this case for any future issues. And then they handed down their ruling, and they found for McCarthy, and McCarthy won. And I said to Brad, Brad, what happened? He goes, he went right down there and told her to get out of his house. And I said, how? Wait a minute. How does it work? Oh, yeah. She was going to fight it even more. She was going to, listen, I improved it. I have window treatments up. Blah, blah, blah. He goes, get out of my house. And she's like, no. Folks, if you think about it, you try to figure out, well, okay. So McCarthy got this condo for no money down. Because think about it. He kicked her out. She didn't deserve to live there anymore. Hey, what about the appreciation? What about the all the improvements? Gone. McCarthy walks away with the Rose Wharf condo for nothing. Who's he going to pay? Who is damaged here? Well, the unjust enrichment didn't go to Tobin got the benefit of the bargain. They got $572,000. They gave back a condo that was worth $572,000. And now, 5 years later, Julianne Domenico, who I can't find at IMDb, and Robert Domenico, who I can't find anywhere, they're out of the house. So now, if anyone was going to be sued now, it would be Tobin. But Tobin didn't do anything wrong. I mean, you can try that, but also Tobin could be long gone. Tobin could have died during that 5 years. Tobin spent the money. He doesn't have anything. Domenico is out entirely. So, what are the lessons? What lessons do we have to come up with on this? Always get title insurance. You know, I teach people the due diligence process. You got the legal due diligence, the physical, and the financial. All three of them are equally important. The legal due diligence is essentially the entire title commitment process. So in that regard, don't ever cut corners. That is what you want, is that title insurance. And now you know why. She thought that she could just flout it and say, oh, what the heck, I'm just going to pay cash because I have it and I want this property and I paid more than you did, so I deserve it. Not so fast. So always make sure that you have the title insurance lined up. And for crying out loud, hire an attorney to represent you, local counsel. You hear me say that all the time. Best money you could ever spend. You'd never think twice about taking title to that property without buying property and casualty insurance, do you? You wouldn't even think about it. A fire insurance policy? Yeah. Oh, I'm buying this property. I got to buy fire insurance. But hiring a lawyer to represent you through the whole entire acquisition process, you have to. There are so many more ways that you can lose your money than a fire. So buy insurance, and that's what your lawyer, a good lawyer, will be for you. He'll be like having an insurance policy. Domenico is out $572,000 because she didn't hire an attorney. That's my take on it. And if she did hire an attorney, then maybe she has an action against their professional liability, but not really. I bet you he advised her to get title insurance, and she just thought she knew better. So that's it. That was the story of the two Irishmen that walked into a bar and came out changing real estate law for everybody. So that is where we are at today. That's why you see on most purchase and sale, most letters of intent, it's a non-binding agreement. And even Brad Pinta said he puts into all his contracts now one wording that if this is will be null and void if a purchase and sale agreement is not agreed upon. You cannot use this contract as a binding agreement. So that is it was so, I love these cases, especially when you get the backstory. Brad gave me a little bit more color on his client who has since passed away. He was a very wealthy man, and he just he didn't take no for an answer. Bravo for him. And now I don't know if his girlfriend still lives there, but she's got quite a nice deal. No debt on that property, thanks to a good lawyer, my friend, Mr. Brad Pinta of Braintree, Massachusetts. So if you have any ideas, you want me to talk about any particular cases, I'll have a case for you next Tuesday. Another multifamily law school class. I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was fun because, man, I love the story behind the story. And that's how these cases come about. A couple of people got mad, and there you have it. So, all right, everybody, great to see you all. Make sure you sign on up, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I watched some guy on TikTok, and I don't think he's got a minute to give his speech, but this whole speech is all about, and make sure you smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. And that's the way I get to you. And by the time he's done his pitch, he doesn't have any more time to talk about what you signed up there to listen to. I'm not that way. But go ahead and subscribe and like, and I will be in your feed next week. Next Tuesday and Thursday. We're doing this twice a month, twice a week, because these are fun and we have tons of potential topics to talk about for Multifamily Law School. If you have anything banking, contract law, raising money, any type of disputes, disagreements, anything like that, bring them to me, send me an email, and I will make sure we get them discussed. All right, everybody, great to see you all, and we will chat again real soon.